Hey Fruit Faces, just want to stop in with you just for a second right now because I had something on my mind that I want to just kind of chat with you about real fast. I am thinking about how I'm coming into this whole new routine of really eating the same things over and over and how I'm loving it. And I was just downstairs. It's actually Sunday. I'm actually making a few different things. I'm making some potatoes, some fries in my air fryer. It's the day of the Super Bowl, so we're gonna have just some munchies by the time the boys get home. And I'm making some green beans. I'm gonna make some, probably some rice noodles with green beans. And then I'm also making a strawberry smoothie. And I was kind of thinking how I don't really do a lot of smoothies anymore and how it's actually really nice to be able to have a healthy alternative on the weekends. It's kind of like it's a treat, but it's only a treat because I haven't been having it very often. And it's an excellent thing. It's an excellent benefit, I guess I should say, whenever you are eating the same thing throughout the week. I mean, I definitely think variety is important, and you can get your variety in your diet on a daily basis, have different types of foods and make sure you're getting different types of nutrients. I believe that's important. But come the weekend when you're like, wow, this is really a treat to get to have a strawberry smoothie. It's amazing to say, wow, that's a super treat now. And, it kind of goes along with my whole, I always talk about treats, not cheats, like this whole sort of idea. I've been building up to it, but at this point, it really wasn't conscious so much as it was in the past, if that makes any sense. I know I'm just kind of rambling, but in a sense, I did plan it out, and I did start to say, wow, let's make our cheat day on Saturday or Sunday, make that be more of a treat where it's not so much of a cheat. It's just a treat. And that's the only thing about it. Instead of it being a cheat, something that you like so much that's unhealthy for you, it's something that you like so much that is healthy for you. And the reason why I started to look at this is because I would say, oh, I'm going to save, these unhealthy foods till the weekend. And then I started realizing how crappy they made me feel, and I just naturally didn't really want to eat them anymore. So I said, well, what is a little bit healthier of an alternative that I can go ahead and make, as my treat? And I think that, when you're trying to find this healthy lifestyle, when you're trying to get as healthy and fit as you possibly can, you just want to keep on doing this, keep on honing it down, keep on cutting out those unhealthier choices and replacing them with healthier choices that your body still continues and your brain also continues to see as a treat. And I also just want to talk about this whole phenomenon in relation to, like, in the beginning, I thought I needed way more variety. Like I did at that point in time. I remember, if you go back and look at my beginning videos 3 years ago, you can see videos, where I talk about that and say, hey, I just am that type of a person. I just can't eat the same thing every day. And it's really interesting, how much we don't really know ourselves, because that's not necessarily, it wasn't something about myself that I was saying. It wasn't, it was me at the time, but it was more, I was describing my habits, not my actual self. I thought I was describing myself, but all I was doing is saying what I had done in the past and what I had gotten used to. And I think that's important to differentiate. All of our tastes, all of the things that we like, especially like when you're still eating a really unhealthy diet, you're basically eating probably most likely stuff that your family has eaten with you, that you kind of learned somewhere. Maybe you learned from a friend that you liked this. You had it, it tasted good, so you started eating more of it, getting more and more used to it. Then your body starts to crave it. So it really all has to do with what you're putting in your body before it is what you're going to like, to a certain extent. Sure, there are other factors in there, but it's all going to be a lot of times based back to something else. Because when we're born, the only innate taste that we love is sweet. I mean, that fat is not a innate taste. You kind of have to get used to it, and you have to be fed it continually. And we don't think about those things. We just think, oh, I like this, and that's what, that's that. And that's not that. You can change your taste. It's amazing to change your taste. It's so freeing to realize that once you strip all the bullshit down, strip off all the extra fat, strip off all the extra salt, all the excitotoxins and everything else, that your body actually does want healthy foods. It really, really does. This is like one of my main platforms that I love to talk about, because it's so easy to have emotional attachments to food, and it's easy to have, habits that we just defend like to the death. And people, anytime you say, oh, you shouldn't eat that, you shouldn't eat meat, you shouldn't eat dairy, like it can be an emotional attack on people because they think you're taking away a part of them, but it's not a part of them. It's really not a part of you to eat meat. If your parents had just fed you sweet foods and whole natural foods, and that's what you would want, and you would taste meat, later on in your life, and you'd be like, ugh. Like I used to, I can name so many foods that this happens with. And, it's out of sight, out of mind. Once you stop, for the most part, once you stop eating foods, after a long time, you don't even think about them anymore. And if you do, you're like, I wonder what that tastes like. And you're like, ew, if I actually stop and think about it, I think that would probably taste like shit. And just thinking about the texture of eating any kind of meat is like, ooh, like I'm sure if it was like in something else with a bunch of, if it was like a sandwich that I thought wasn't vegan, or that I thought was vegan, like I'm sure I could eat it. But as far as just like taking a bite of meat or something, yuck. So anyway, if you're tempted to give this whole, meal prep, eat the same thing throughout the week, idea a try, I would say go for it, even if, or maybe especially if you feel like you just can't do it, because it'll help you. And I don't want to say it'll help you no matter what, or it's going to help everybody, because everybody's different, and also everybody's at different stages of their journey and all of that. But all I can say is that for me, it has immensely helped me. And even right now, it's not that I'm perfect. It's not that I've had a lot of outward success, but I can feel how it feels. I am obsessed with it, and I'm like just loving it. I can't get enough of my juice. I can't get enough of my beans. And if I do, then, maybe I'll change it. I go through phases sometimes. And somebody just had to ask me a question about this too today. Do you rotate foods? No, I don't consciously say, okay, I'm going to do this food for a month and then switch. It's more of like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start eating this. And I always think I'm just going to eat it forever. Like when I started the whole tofu thing, I went through this tofu phase where I was eating lots of tofu. I didn't really plan it so much as it just kind of happened. I had tofu, I had salad. I was trying to do like routinely raw, and it seemed raw enough for me. It was a way that I could have a mostly raw meal and still have a meal where I didn't need to cook. So the tofu was like a step in between, and the beans, it's because I didn't even cook the tofu. I just literally put it on the salad, put it in a little salad boat or whatever, and ate it. And the beans are a natural progression of that. And I cook them, but I only do it once a week. So, and I feel like the beans are a little bit healthier. But the tofu, like I said, I just did it. And then when I was doing it, I loved it. I thought it was great. And the only reason why I changed is because I thought, I noticed it wasn't the best digesting for me, but that wasn't the biggest problem. It was mainly mental, that I had learned better. So if I learn better, then I'll do better. So yeah, to answer that question, I don't set out to say, oh, I'm going to do this for a while and then switch. Like right now I'm thinking that I could eat this meal plan for the rest of my life. And, I'm sure it will change eventually. Maybe I'll go more raw. Maybe I'll switch it up because I get sick of it. Maybe I'll learn something different that's better or whatever. But yeah, that's just my mindset from it. And like I said, I used to be a person where I really thought that I needed this daily variety and that I couldn't eat the same thing for dinner every night. And maybe I had tried, but it wasn't working. And it wasn't always just that, oh, I got sick of it and craved something else. A lot of it has to do with the prep. And, was I able to have a meal that I could prep every day, that I had time to cook every single day? You have to, and that's part of the reason why I love these beans so much. Been talking about beans all over Facebook, everywhere else. It's like all over Instagram. I'm just obsessed with it because they do last well in the fridge. You can freeze them, they last well. And literally you just make it, I just scoop it out, and it's just so easy. And it works with me health-wise and with prep-wise. So anyway, like I said, don't be afraid. Don't keep on telling yourself, oh, I need to have a different thing every day. Because, once you try it out, once you see how easy it is, once you see how good you feel, once you see how your body reacts to it and that it works with you, then you may change your mind. And I'm not saying everybody has to eat beans or whatever. If you don't like that, then pick whatever your healthiest meal is and whatever meal that you find that preps the best for you, and try it. And see how your body reacts to it. I mean, I'm all for experimentation, and in order to see what works, we have to experiment a little bit. I just wanted to make it clear, and I've had my sister tell me that before too, and like, oh well, I just couldn't do that. I couldn't eat the same like smoothie or even a different smoothie. Like I couldn't just eat a smoothie for breakfast every single day. And again, I'm not saying that you should do it every single day, but I think, to get in the habit Monday through Friday with your healthy diet, it really is really freeing. It really takes up a lot of energy, a lot of mental power that you could be putting towards other things in your life. Like we don't need to sit there and think about, well, what should I make today? Like no, just have it done, do it, whatever it is. Even if you're making a smoothie every single day as opposed to making juice at the beginning of the week, like whatever. Or you can make a smoothie at the beginning of the week too. I mean, it's not going to go bad. Depending on the smoothie, I think you might be able to tell a difference. I didn't really like banana smoothies like at the beginning of the week, but again, just blabbing. But I really do feel like it just frees up your mind, frees up your time. It also is better for cleaning. I just can't say enough good things. So let me know what you guys think. Do you do this? Are you interested in doing it? Have you tried it before, didn't like it? I would love to hear from, somebody who has done it that didn't like it or something like that, just to see if there is anyone, or, if maybe this would be the best for, everyone to jump on the bandwagon. I really don't know. I'm sure, like I said, there's people that just couldn't do it, but, like I said, definitely worth a try. So let me know. Keep me updated on how you guys are doing. Take care. Enjoy your week, your weekend, your day, your night, whatever, wherever, whenever. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.